one of the highlights I think that I didn't mention is the highlight of bouncing back. That's a talent that I learned how to come back. I have fallen so often, I've failed so many times that it's become one of the highlights of my career, my 40 years, how to bounce back. And that's a talent that some of these young kids probably will never have to learn. Because sa bilisan nga naman, turnover ng mga artists ngayon, di ba? Then one day it's this guy, this girl, this group, this love team. Back in the day, you were haba yung mga love team namin. I even married mine, right? So when all the failures I've gone through in life taught me how to bounce back. That's got to be the number one highlight that brought me to your question.
Martin, yung 40 years is a very tough act to follow, no? Anong mga thoughts mo na umabot ng 40 years and going strong yung career mo?
It went by so fast. The fact that you're saying 40 years that we're here, that is even written on a poster, it's news to me because it didn't feel like 40 years, even during the bad and slow days when the phone wasn't ringing. With phones before, actually, when the phone wasn't ringing. This is hard because my host is so much younger than me. That was a time that really went slow. But as I recall it, as I remember it now, ang bilis. I can't believe it's been 40. Can't believe the number is 40. But the real hard question to answer is what's next. That's going to be the hardest. That's why I said earlier, I've learned to embrace me. Meaning to say, my niche, where I belong in the industry. Like Barry Manilow, if you heard him sing any other person's song, you might even be disappointed, di ba? Or ang ganda yung version niya, or sana kinata niya yung song niya. And what's my point? I need to sing my songs from this day to the next 40 years. That's my niche. Now, if I'm gonna do a corporate show and they have a certain theme, sige, mag-ayos ko yung lineup ko. But if it's a Martin concert, we can't do it now the way I used to, which is every year, twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year, because it's gonna be the same songs. So I'll have more collaborations. Me with another artist, me with many other artists. Big shows, small shows. Now that I've been 40 years in the business, there's no such thing as a small show. There's no such thing as a big show. There's no such thing as a small paycheck. There's no such thing as a big paycheck. Billing is no longer, that's optional. I could care less about billing. Nothing matters to me anymore except to entertain and to enjoy what I'm doing. There's no pressure, there's no competition in my mind. I'm not trying to compete with someone the way I did in the 80s and 90s, which was really fun, just so you know. But that whole fan mentality of trying to get fans, if you want to stay with me for the next 40 years, then stay. If you don't want, that's fine too. I'm not going to cry over small things anymore, the way I used to.
So how does it feel now after 40 years you're still on top?
The only thing I'm on top of is a stool right now because I don't think I'm on top of anything. I think now it's hard to measure what does on top mean. Does it mean sold out concerts? Everyone does it. Does it mean, how is it followers, hits, followers? Does it mean that? Because I bet you she has more followers than me in some platforms. It's really weird. I'm the concert king, but she probably has more followers than me. That's how it works. The industry works now. So you really have to somehow put blinders on and not worry about those things and just do you. That's what I tell these new young artists, just do you. Don't try and be me. Don't try and be anyone else. Just do you.
Martin, do you still remember kung sino nagbigay sa'yo ng concert king title?
Bob Castillo.
Bob Castillo.
And he meant it sarcastically. It wasn't a title, but the fans used it as the title. If you ask me about the concert king title, I hate it. Because it's so much pressure. I wish they said something like the wannabe concert king, or the soon-to-be, or the next in line, or something. But the concert king, what gets better than concert king, diba? So you have to be good. So the way I've told myself is, I don't have to be the concert king. I have to have a show, and everything I do has to be fit for a king. So you're the king, and you're the king. And you're the king, and everybody there. You're all the audience is the king. The show has to be the kind of show that is fit for a king. That's what makes me the concert king.